What do your GOP colleagues who support the objection say about what they think it's actually going to accomplish? I'm sure have you spoken to any of them privately? Do they tell you something differently than what they say publicly?
You know, I hear what they say publicly, and it's a very thin excuse in my mind. So to sort of propagate or put fuel on the conspiracies that are out there, the disinformation, the misinformation that's out there is not leadership. That's pandering. And what we need is real leaders who respect the will of the people, the voice of the people, the votes of the people. Biden won. He won in Wisconsin. He won 306 electoral votes. And I think my Republican colleagues in that group that you've identified need to speak the truth, facts, and stand up against conspiracy theories, even if they're tweeted out by the President of the United States. It
does kind of hit close to home for your state because Ron Johnson, Senator Ron Johnson, is now joining the group planning to object to President-elect Biden's win. What is your response to Senator Johnson's decision here? I find it ironic that all these senators are talking about complaints in other states, not their own.
That's right. So I think Senator Johnson owes it to the people of Wisconsin to let them know whether he is going to override and object to their electors or whether he is going to indeed stand by the will of the people.
Are you hearing from your GOP colleagues who aren't opposing the certification? What do they make of what's happening inside their party? Are they worried about what's happening in the GOP?
Certainly privately, I've heard a lot of concern voiced, and I think they understand what damage it does to their party if they buy into conspiracy theories and don't stand up against misinformation, and most importantly, don't acknowledge the will of the people who sent them there on their behalf, as well as to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States.
I just spoke to two other Democrats calling for investigations into President Trump over his phone call to Georgia's Secretary of State, who we're actually waiting to hear from any minute now. So I apologize if he does come out. I will take that conference live. In that phone call, the president pressed him to find more votes in Georgia. What is your reaction to all of this? Do you want to see investigations into that phone call? Would you support investigations on a state and federal level?
Well, first of all, my immediate focus is on what we're going to be doing tomorrow to make sure that Wisconsin voters and the voters of the United States of America are heard and their electoral votes are counted accurately, and we get through tomorrow. But as to the shocking call that took place, I think there should be accountability. I'm going to focus on tomorrow, but you know, this isn't the first and probably won't be the last sort of horrifying phone call that we have heard word of after the fact, whether it's tapes or other accounts. I mean, we had a whole impeachment over a call to the Ukrainian president. So, you know, this is deeply disturbing, but right now my sole focus is making sure that the votes of the people of the state of Wisconsin are respected tomorrow. And in 15 days, we will have a new president sworn in.
And let me just ask you very quickly, do you think the new president will be effective if the Georgia runoffs don't go in favor of Democrats? Or will you have somebody like Mitch McConnell, if he does retain his power, play the role of spoiler and objectionist?
Well, obviously, those two seats do dictate the control of the United States Senate. But regardless, it's going to be a very close Senate. And we have two huge crises in front of our nation right now, the pandemic and our accompanying economic crisis. We are going to have to work together across the aisle to move our country forward, to respond to the desperate straits that many of our fellow citizens are in. And I expect that we will be able to do that with President Biden and Kamala Harris in the White House, working with both houses of Congress.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.